What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to give you guys 5 tips to improve your Fortnite creative journey. And these 5 tips are for beginners. If you're just now trying to start out creating maps, or if you're wondering how to create a map, this is the video for you. So stick around to the end so you don't miss out on these 5 crucial steps to get started in Fortnite creative. This is a cool process if you are interested in making games for people to play. So you see me. So first off, let's start with tip number 1, the flight speed. And you see how fast I'm going. I'm moving around. What you want to do is push your start button or push your D-pad. If you're on a PlayStation, go to island settings. You go over to quick menu, and you see the flight speed is at 3.0. You can have that all the way up to 10x, so that would be way fast. I just got it for 3.0 because that's like the perfect speed to move around. And while you're in here, just copy these settings. It's the best settings that you're going to need to use. Copy down, make sure you just have all these settings available. Phase on, invulnerable, nothing. Editor camera, keep that on external. And then object placement, drops, keep that on. You can have it off, and I'll show you guys in the next few steps on how that works. Collision, nothing. Collide with copies on. Grid snap off. Building and prop origins center. You can have that to disabled or origin edge. Just have it on origin center. Hold the position as selected. From right, centered. From left, as selected. So just keep it on as selected. Pull to player off. So I'll show you guys that as well, what that means. And then the last 3 in the tool section is phone tool keybind fast. That just indicates how fast the phone gets pulled out. Cost preview, center, and preferred creative tab, island settings, map, quick menu. Just having it on. It says content, island settings. Just have it on the island settings, because that will make it to where you come here every time you open up your D-pad. And you can change it to content. So let's just change it to content. And once I open up that menu option, then my content opens up instead of island settings. So that is the first step to starting out your creative building. All right, step 2 is going to be item placement. So once you go into your gallery, you want to grab a wall in the galleries, and then you want to grab like any wall that you want, any door that you want. So I'm just going to grab this wall right here, and you push X on the item that you want. It'll give you those options down below. Up, right, down, left, triangle, circle, X, and square. So those are all the options that you can choose from to put objects in there. So I'm just going to push up on my D-pad, and then it goes right in there. And then once you get your item in your inventory, you push triangle, and then you hold L2 to pull it out. So L2 and then up, that brings out a wall that I want. And this is the movement up and forward. You push up and down, it'll bring it closer or farther away from you. So if you just click your R2 button, it just sets it down like that. And that's not what you want it to have, because this is like it drops anywhere. So if you click on your grid snap to the left, it says grid snap off. If you click grid snap, you get 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1. The best setting to place down any objects on this big XL grid is going to be 2 and 1, but I usually use 2 because you get a perfect snap at where you want to go for your grid. So say I want to have it right there for a wall, and then another one right there. And then I go to my inventory again and click on this wall that has a window in it. And I want to rotate. You push L1 to rotate your object. And then you can make a wall with a window in it, just like that. So it is very easy and fast to grid snap. And this other way I pushed R2 or R1 I mean, to turn it to the other side. So easy as that, I just made a little box. So say you want some ground, say you want a floor, you're gonna go to like a random floor gallery. Say I want to grab this kind of wood, I'm gonna place it down to my right inventory slot and push triangle and push over to the wood slot. So it's going to place it down just like that. And as you can see, this one did not go. So that's because if you could tell the difference, this one is up just a little bit. If it's ever like that, push triangle, hold it with the R2 or L2, I mean, hold it with L2, push triangle, and then it'll take that thing that makes it where it just falls on the ground. It takes it off, and then you can adjust it yourself. And then that way the floor is way deeper than what it looks like. Then you can do that to all of them, and it'll make it all flat to the ground. All flat to the ground, just like that. And that's how you can fix the floor if it's all messed up. Or you can have it like this, just like for a little step. It don't look that bad, but it does look bad. But yeah, that's how you make a little box. So that is step 2. Step 3, if any of these tips help you in your journey to creating any maps on Fortnite, make sure you're dropping a like, hitting that subscribe button if you are new. Love to have you on the channel. And share this video out with 3 of your friends. Be much appreciated. But if you comment down sniper in the comments, I'm going to pick anybody that's random in the comments to be shouted out in the video. So if you want to get shouted out in the next video, comment sniper and you'll be up on the screen. So just have your notifications on, so you might get picked and you might be the lucky one to be in the next video. But let's get right back to step number 3. All right, step 3 is copy and paste. How do you copy and paste? You push on your right D-pad, and as you can see, it turns green. And if you click it again, you could deactivate it. So if you click over to activate this, it goes to green with your right D-pad. So say I want those, I just click it, R2, and click it, and it gives me those 3 objects that I selected, and it gives me those 2 walls and the window. And say I want to have those in my inventory down at the bottom, I just copy and paste it again. And if you click L2 and you click on one of those buttons down below, it'll go right into your inventory as a selected prop that you can use or anything like that. So I'm going to click on my down D-pad, and I get the 2 walls and the window wall in my inventory. So instead of copying those and pasting it down, I just got it in my inventory like this, and that is pretty cool. So you just drop it down and you got this in your inventory. So with this one, it doesn't match up to where the squares are. So this one, you got to mess around with some of the objects, and as you can see, some of them don't match up. So say I wanted 2 for that grid snap from before, it's not going to match up with the squares that I wanted to. So I need to keep on clicking. I'm at 32 right now, so I need to keep on clicking and find out the best option for my walls and window to go. So I'm going to click on grid snap 8, have click on my triangle button and have it drop down. So once I click on my R2 button, it's going to drop down, and it's going to drop down where I want it. So say you want to pick them up again and it wasn't the right spot that you wanted. So you pick it up with L2 and collision hold. It says collision hold right down below from grid snap. If you hold collision hold, it says do nothing, and then everything, and then terrain only, it'll only grid snap to the terrain. So I'm going to place it down, and that might be the best option for terrain only if you wanted to have perfect measurements or perfect placement in your map. So just follow those steps and you should be building like a pro. So I'm just going to delete these. I'm going to grab them, and if you hold your left analog button, it'll take like 3 seconds and it'll delete all of them. So if you ever mess up, that's a way to delete anything on your map. So say I don't want this wall, I could just click my left D-pad button and it'll delete it right away, just like all of these. So that's step 3. All right, step 4, I'm gonna throw down some trees and stuff and show you guys what you could do with that. So if you go over to your right hand side, you click your R2 button, it'll make you, or it'll allow you to go through all of these options right here. And if you click on circle, it'll give you an option to pin it. So you can pin whatever you want, so you don't have to go look for it again. So say I want to pin the lights and music, I can just pin those and they'll always be pinned. So if you click it again, R2, and unpin those and unpin that, you won't have nothing in your pinned options. But I'm just going to keep nature for now because I'm about to use it. So you can replace anything with the other stuff that's in your guys' gallery or inventory. So say I want to use this autumn gallery right here. I push X and I'm going to push up to replace that wall. And then I'm going to take this desert nature and I'm going to replace it with circle. So that is how you guys replace your inventory. And say I want this one as well, I'm going to replace it with the right one. So you back out and say I'm going to throw this one over here for the autumns. I'm going to just replace it right there. And then I'm going to place down that one and the desert one right here. I'm going to place it right by each other. All right, so say you don't want to throw out these objects in your map. You could go to your gallery, and if you click square on your one of the galleries or anything that you want to use in the map, you can click square and it will bring up all of these props that you could put on your map. You could do this with any gallery. And say I want to use this rock right here. I'm going to click it. I'm going to push X on it. And then I'm going to push square to put it in that selection for my gallery. And then say I want to pull that selection out for that rock. I'm going to push triangle, L2, square, and it gives me just only that rock right there. So that is pretty cool. All right, so let's use this trees over here for a little design. So if you go and grab that tree with R2, you can push over on your right D-pad. It will give you the option to spin it, and then you click it again. It'll give you the option to rotate it and rotate it again. There's only 3 rotate options. And then if you click this one, you want to keep on rotating your trees so it doesn't look all the same, like all bland, and you want to have it look different every time. So I'm going to lay that down there, put another one right here. I'm going to go grab another tree. It's going to be a yellow one. So R2. I'm going to grab another one and place it there. Say I want to place one there. And then that does not look good. So if it looks like that, it doesn't fit to the ground, what you can do is grab it, push triangle, and lower it into the ground. And if you push triangle and you lower it, if you do not push triangle and you lower it, it will fall to the ground. So it'll fall out of where you want it to go. So for instance, I will show you what it looks like. So say it's under the ground and you got that blue ring around it. It's going to fall through. And as you see, it fell through, went down here. And that's not what you want to do. So I'm going to grab this yellow one. I'm going to push triangle and go down into the map. I'm going to put it right there. So I'm going to fix all these and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to grab this bush right here. And in order for it to go underground, you have to have it on nothing. So as you can see, it says collision, hold, it says everything. You want to hold your left D-pad button. It says terrain only, and then it says nothing. You want to have it on nothing. And then if you click your circle button, you hold your circle button, it'll give you the option to rotate it, but that's not what you want it to do. You want to hold it again, and then it'll say resize axis all and size reset hold. This is where you could resize your bush or any object that you have. So say I want my bush to be that small. I can have it that small, but I don't want it that small. So I'm gonna push L2 and I'm gonna resize it to where I want. And as you can see, the grid snap is snapping and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna click it again and go all the way to off. I'm gonna push my R1 button and resize the bush. So say I want my bush to be right around the tree. I'm gonna go like this all around, and you can put it don't look good like that. Don't push triangle because it don't look good. So you want to hold it, take off triangle, go like that, this like that, and like that. I'm gonna grab a yellow bush and do the same thing all around, just to make it look like leaves were falling or something. So I'm almost done with that. And then you can even have these rocks over here. So say you want that rock. These rocks, it don't have to be in the ground. And then you want to rotate or make them bigger. Push your circle button to rotate again. Rotate it just to make it look different. That's by the tree, it don't matter. Alright, it was kind of weird. So I'm gonna push triangle, make it go in the ground a little bit. Okay, and then grab what to grab. Let's grab this. This might not look good like a desert, but it's okay. And like that, put these anywhere you want. Rotate them just a little bit. And that is a little area that you guys can make, or you can make your own. So I'm gonna use this sand and rock. I'm gonna put it to that one. Push down on my D-pad. I'm just gonna pull these out just to show you guys what it looks like. So say you want to use this one. You want to grid snap it to number 2, and it'll grid snap like that. I'm gonna place these all around and then show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so I got the terrain on the ground, as you can see. You might want to place the terrain first and then the props or whatever you want to put down. But this is just what it looks like. just for instance, showing you guys what you can make for you guys yourselves. That's step number 4. So let's move on to step number 5. All right, so step 5. Step 5 is going to be your memory up at the top. Make sure you are paying attention to that because that's going to be crucial to your map making ability. The more that you have on your map, the more it's going to be harder for you to get a better looking map. So as you can see, it says my usage is 39,303. If you start deleting stuff that you do not want on your map, it will start shrinking your usage for your memory. So say I'm going to delete all these and see what my memory is after I delete it. All right, so you see I got the memory down to 33,717. Say you want to grab this tree, and this tree alone is going to give about 3 memory. So the more you have out of one object, the less it's going to cost. But say you don't want any of this on your map, hold down your left D-pad and you can start deleting all of the stuff that you already made. It brought it down to 29,000. So just be cautious on your memory. If you move around the map, it'll give you like a bar. The more memory that you have when you move around, that's better because it drops it down a lot. And as you can see, me flying over here keeps on going up and down. So just be cautious on your map for your memory. So if you guys learned anything in this, these 5 steps for beginner guide, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, share the video out to 3 friends, type sniper in the comments if you want to be shouted out in the next video. But with that said, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, and real quick, if you guys haven't yet seen any of these videos on the end screen, make sure you guys are checking those out for more tutorial videos. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.